Let me ask you a question. What if I told you that the biggest winner of the 2034 FIFA World Cup won't be the team that lifts the trophy? It will be the country itself. When people think about the World Cup, they think about football, stadiums, and unforgettable moments. But from an investor's perspective, the tournament is something much bigger. It's a catalyst. It accelerates real estate, infrastructure, tourism, business, and global investment. And that's exactly why Saudi Arabia's 2034 World Cup will be different. This is much bigger than hosting the world's biggest sporting event. It could accelerate one of the world's biggest economic transformation programs. Today, let's look beyond the football and understand how the World Cup could reshape Saudi Arabia for decades to come. Every country hosts the World Cup for a different reason. Brazil celebrated football. South Africa introduced itself to the world. Qatar demonstrated that a small nation could deliver a world-class tournament while transforming its global image. The 2026 tournament, shared by the United States, Canada, and Mexico, focuses on expanding football across North America using largely existing infrastructure. Saudi Arabia's 2034 World Cup has a different objective. According to the official Saudi 2034 bid, it would be the first 48-team World Cup hosted by a single country. The proposal includes 15 stadiums across 5 host cities: Riyadh, Jeddah, Kobar, Abha, and Neom. That makes the tournament part of a broader national transformation already underway through Vision 2030. Instead of creating a one-month event, the goal is to accelerate investments that continue creating value long after the final whistle. That makes this World Cup less about football and more about the future of Saudi Arabia. Hosting the World Cup means welcoming millions of visitors, creating demand for hotels, restaurants, transportation, entertainment, and public spaces. This is where real estate comes in. A successful tournament isn't just about what happens inside the stadium, it's about the city around it. And long after the final whistle, the infrastructure, upgraded districts, hospitality assets, and global visibility remain. That's why experienced investors don't look just at stadiums. They look at the economic ecosystem growing around them. Here is where it gets interesting. Many people assume the biggest opportunities are inside the World Cup project themselves. History suggests otherwise. The greatest value often emerges in the surrounding ecosystem. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar is a perfect example. More than 1.4 million fans visited Qatar during the tournament, and the FIFA Fan Festival in Doha alone attracted over 1.8 million visitors. For a country of Qatar's size, that level of global attention does not affect only stadiums. It fills hotels, supports restaurants and retail, gives new districts much stronger global visibility, and can make surrounding land more valuable for investors and developers. We've seen this pattern in cities around the world. The stadium is only the spark. The surrounding economy is what creates lasting value. And in Saudi Arabia, this effect could be even stronger because many World Cup investments are aligned with projects that were already part of Vision 2030. One of the biggest questions after every World Cup is, what happens next? Some host countries have struggled to use stadiums after the tournament. Saudi Arabia appears to be taking a different approach. Instead of planning around the tournament alone, many projects are being integrated into long-term urban development, tourism, entertainment, and business strategies. Bniyah is one clear example. The World Cup stadium there is planned inside a wider entertainment, sports, and culture destination near Riyadh, a project targeting 48 million visits a year and 135 billion Saudi riyals in annual GDP contribution. That makes the stadium part of a much larger real estate and tourism ecosystem. The recent PIF 2026-2030 strategy reinforces this direction. The focus is increasingly on creating sustainable economic ecosystems, encouraging private sector participation, and maximizing long-term value rather than delivering one-off projects. In other words, the World Cup becomes one part of a much larger investment landscape. If I were looking at opportunities created by the 2034 World Cup, I wouldn't start with stadiums. I would start by asking one question: where will future demand concentrate? As the tournament approaches, demand will grow for hotels, serviced apartments, retail, entertainment, and mixed-use destinations in the right locations. The biggest winners are likely to be the assets and businesses supporting the World Cup ecosystem, not just the venues themselves. For investors and developers, the opportunity is to identify the right assets before the market fully prices them in. Because the World Cup doesn't create new industries, it accelerates the growth of sectors that are already expanding under Vision 2030. If you're exploring opportunities in Saudi real estate, contact Land&Capital or scan the QR code on your screen to book a tailored consultation with me. When the world watches Saudi Arabia in 2034, it will see football, but investors should watch how cities are being transformed, the infrastructure connecting them, the industries expanding, and the long-term demand being created. In the next video, we're going to answer a question every investor should be asking: which Saudi cities and districts are likely to benefit the most from Vision 2030 over the next 10 years? We will look beyond the obvious locations and explore where infrastructure, population growth, and investment are creating tomorrow's opportunities. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, share it with someone interested in Saudi Arabia's future, and let me know in the comments which city do you believe will change the most by 2034. I'll see you in the next one.